Welcome. My name is Dr. John Miller, and I serve as the editor-in-chief of Psychiatric Times. Today, I am going to discuss in the third of my three videos my continued reflections on the publications on January 28th by the American Psychiatric Association on the future of the DSM. So in 2024, the American Psychiatric Association Board of Trustees created a future DSM strategic committee. And they have spent the time to the present in various subcommittees creating work groups to plot out a plan for what we do for the next iteration of DSM. Obviously, our current iteration is DSM-5 TR, which was published in 2022. And so it will likely be a bit of time before we get the next one. And hence, it's important to get a good start and to lay a good foundation. So when you look at these five papers, my favorite, or the one I think that gives a nice overview, is entitled The Future of DSM, a report from the Structure and Dimensions Subcommittee. This publication has 16 authors. Significantly, 14 are authors from the United States, one is from Canada, and one is from the Netherlands. Now, this makes sense because the American Psychiatric Association is obviously a United States organization. But this fact will come into play when I talk about my own opinion, my own thoughts and reflections about how the DSM-5 TR should evolve into its next version. Now, one of the recommendations that this subcommittee made is a really important and one that I like, and it's creating a section called contextual factors. And what's included in contextual factors that they would like to include are socioeconomic factors, cultural factors, and environmental factors. Now, related to that, I'd like to now segue over to that large classification system that has been developed and updated regularly by the World Health Organization called the International Classification of Diseases, or otherwise known as the ICD. Currently, the DSM-5 TR, with its 2022 update, uses the ICD-10 codes as the codes within the DSM to integrate these two models. ICD-10 is used throughout the world, but significantly in 2022, the same year that the DSM-5 TR was published, the World Health Organization released the ICD-11. Now, the following year, in 2023, the Journal of the American Medical Association published a commentary estimating that the United States will not be using the ICD-11, again, that was released in 2022, until at least 2027. That I find significant, and the timing was unfortunate that the ICD-11 was released the same time as the DSM-5 TR, which uses the older ICD-10 codes. A lot of ICDs, but it's a nice acronym. So let me talk for a minute about ICD-11, because it was released in 2022 and it's used in countries throughout the world as their diagnostic codes. And it was created from a group of professional people in the medical fields from 55 countries around the world, from 300 different specialists. And again, this is the manual or the diagnostic system that is now in its 11th iteration from the World Health Organization. and contains well over 15,000 different diagnoses of all medical disorders and conditions around the world. So when I was kind of thinking about the big picture, my opinion or my suggestion is that the American Psychiatric Association, looking towards a future next iteration of DSM, it makes sense to me to work with the World Health Organization and actually integrate or transition DSM into the next iteration of ICD, which will be the ICD-12. Obviously, ICD-11 is already completed. It's already been released 4 years ago. We are still using the ICD-10 with our current DSM. So it's a great opportunity to work with the world community at the World Health Organization and merge or basically integrate the DSM into ICD-12, as currently the ICD does use the DSM as a resource. And the advantage of this is we're moving from a United States-based manual to a world-based manual or classification system that currently exists for all other medical conditions and specialties. I think there are lots of advantages to that. Most of them are obvious. And one of them that I find really important is it's another step in the direction of destigmatizing mental illness by not having this whole separate DSM that's used in the ICD coding, but rather to integrate it seamlessly into the next ICD, the ICD-12. So I will close with those thoughts, and I thank you for listening. And as always, be well, stay safe, and thank you.